Alright guys, welcome to part 3 of our ISU tutorial. In this part we are going to get the user to submit an answer and have the program evaluate that answer to make sure it's the right answer and tell them if it's not. Okay, so before we start that, I want to remind you in the last episode or last video we organized this 2D array of questions, right? So hopefully you can see we have 5 questions, and then with each question is its own array of 6 parts. All right, so we're going to focus on this last part here, which is location 5. Remember, it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this holds the key to what the right answer is. All right, so when I go to click on one of my radio buttons, we want to assign this variable string answer. We're going to assign it to a 1, 2, 3, or 4 depending on which one I clicked on. So if I clicked on A, I'm answering 1. Okay, but if the answer is 2, then I get it wrong for the first question. If I click on B, then I'm assigning the answer to the number 2, and if it matches this number 2 here, then I get it right. So the first thing we want to do is see which option that we clicked on and then assign answer to that option. All right, so let's just go down to mouse press. So mouse pressed has the job of, like, whenever we press the mouse down, what do we just click on, right? So we can hit button. We can also hit the option button. So remember, this new template that I've given you has this other hit option. So we're going to use this one this time to help us detect whether or not we hit one of the options. Okay, this is an array, right? So we can use a for loop to go through them all kind of at the same time. So let's start our coding up here in mouse pressed, and we'll see what that looks like. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a little bit and give myself a for loop. Okay, so this lets me travel through all of these options and assign the answer. Now again, we have that problem of being off by 1. Okay, so if we hit Q option 0, right, so if x equals 0, we hit option 0, we're saying I want A as my answer. Okay, but really what I want to submit as my answer is the number 1, because it's matching up with the answer. Like, we're using a different system up here, like it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the location in the array of the right answer. So whatever option I pick, I have to add 1 to x to match it up with what we have up here. Okay, so if that doesn't make sense, just see this next little bit of code here. So we're going to basically say, just open this up a bit. So instead of if hit button, it's if hit option, and this is Q options x. So this could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've hit one of those, then I'm going to assign my answer to a string. So I'm going to start with empty quotes plus whatever option I'm on plus 1. Because again, option 0 is A, so I want that to be a 1. Like options 3 is D, so I want that to be a 4. So whatever X I'm on, I add 1 to that, and that becomes my answer. Okay, so now it's matching up to the same system I have up here. Okay, so now I'm going to compare my answer to questions location 5 to see if they're the same. And if they are, I got it right. If not, I got it wrong. Okay, so just come down here and we'll just keep going below this, I guess. Okay, so we're going to say, but the thing is, we don't mark the question until I submit. Okay, so now that the next piece of code is going under the next button. Okay, so next is going to look at the answer I gave, and it's going to compare it to what the answer is. Now, what if I didn't select an answer? Okay, so what if I didn't check A, B, or C, or D? Well, then answer is going to equal just 2 quotes still. Okay, I think that's what it starts as up here, doesn't it? String answer. Okay, I should actually say answer equals 2 quotes. Okay, so we'll put that in later. All right, so then if I come down here, I'm going to say if answer equals, so this is within the hit button, next button. If answer equals 2 quotes, that means I didn't pick an option A, B, C, or D, because the answer is still 2 quotes. Then I'm going to say J option pane, show message dialog, this, answer the question first, okay? Because this means, like, if it went through all 4 of these and it didn't find a hit on any of them, then answer is still just going to equal 2 quotes. It's not going to equal a number in quotes. So this is my way of detecting whether or not I hit submit without making a guess, basically. So it tells me to do that, and then I'm going to return at this point because I don't want to go any further to actually compare to see if I got the right answer. Alright, so now we're going to see if we got the right answer. So then down here, open this up a bit, and this is all above setting the next question, right? We're checking first for the right answer. Okay, so if answer equals questions at location QNUM5, so remember, QNUM is the question I'm on, part 5 is where the answer is. So I'm comparing my answer Remember, it's two strings, so I got to use dot equals that part down there. Okay, then I got it right. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to pop up a message that says I got it. All right, now I also want to keep track of my score, so that means I'm going to add one to right. Okay, and I'm going to update the right score label. Okay, now if I got it wrong, that's going to be an else. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do though, guys, is I'm going to get the right answer. Okay, so QNUM5 stores the location of the right answer, so I want to get that so that I can print that or pop that up as a message to tell them what the right answer is. Okay, so I'm going to have this other variable called right location, which is an integer version of questions QNUM at location 5. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, remember, QNUM5 is that last little bit of each question, which is a number in quotes, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2. These are the array locations within the question array where the right answer lies or exists. Okay, so I want to convert that to an integer and then use that as a location in this question array to print the right answer. Okay, so I've got the number, so this is how I convert it, right? So I'm back down here again. So I convert it, and then that's going to give me the right answer. Okay, so I can tell the user what the right answer is. So I'm going to say, first of all, you're wrong. The answer is questions at QNUM and then this right loc. Okay, so this whatever right loc I got here, I'm plugging it back into questions to give me the location of the right answer. So I can tell the person what the right answer is. Okay, so that's the other little, I guess, job we have to do when it's a wrong answer. And then we do the same thing with wrong. We add one to wrong, and then we set the text to wrong. Okay, so then all of that happens, and then we set the next question. All right, so that's, I think, it for this part. This is going to allow us now to evaluate whether or not they got it right or wrong, and it's going to update the scores along the way. Okay, so make sure again up at the top here, this right, or sorry, the answer, make sure that you've set this to be two quotes, right? That's really important because that way it has an initial thing that it equals. Okay? All right, so let's compile that and we'll see, no errors, we'll see what we get. Okay? So I'm going to just run this really quick and make sure that this works. So we're looking for submitting an answer and seeing if we get a score back. All right, so the first answer is Flametail, so I'm going to just submit that, and it says I got it, so it knew I got it right. So if I say OK, watch what's going to happen next. We're going to move to the next question. I'm also going to get a point for being right down here. All right, now I'm on the next question. So I'm going to get this one wrong. I know the answer is picking it up, but I'm going to say running away, and I'm going to submit. Okay, and it says wrong. The answer is picking it up, so it knows what the right answer is, and it tells me. Okay, so I'm going to get one added to wrong here. Okay, who's that Pokemon? Well, we all know it's Bulbasaur, so I'm going to just submit that. And Pikachu is an electric Pikachu, so I'm going to get that one right. You got it, so I've got 3 right now. What Pokemon evolves to Blastoise? I know it's Squirtle, that's who the picture's of, but I'm going to say Meowth. And submit, and it's going to say wrong. The answer is Squirtle. Now, notice too, guys, one of the small bugs or drawbacks when you use a message like this, it doesn't update the score until after you dismiss this thing. Okay, and in fact, another message is going to come up now because the game is now over. So I'm going to say OK, and then it's going to update the score. Okay, but we can live with that little inconvenience. But now I'm at the same place where I exit the game, and the game's over. All right, so we are almost there, guys. In our final video, I'm going to show you how to set up an introductory screen that shows before we play the game. All right, so come back for part 4, and then we'll be done our mock ISU.